Welcome to the Qualitex Balloon Network's Balloon Decor Kit. I'm Linda Bruce from Pioneer Balloon Company, maker of Qualitex balloons. I'll be your host throughout this DVD. I know firsthand what it feels like to transform spaces into magical events, welcoming guests with colorful balloon decor, highlighting dance floors, creating backdrops, decorating tables. I can also attest to their profitability, having experienced the money that can be made with balloons. They're simply one of the most profitable products out there. I started my own company focusing on balloon decor and deliveries back in 1981. Today, I work with companies like yours, helping them get the most from balloons in their business. And that's just what the Qualitex Balloon Network, or QBN, is all about, providing education to businesses like yours, then giving you the marketing resources needed to increase your balloon sales. Just as with the Balloon Basics Kit, you'll learn proven techniques for making and selling balloon decor. After taking a simple test to confirm your knowledge, you'll gain valuable access to marketing materials to help you build your business. In order to access your online test, as well as this kit's online reference materials, you need to register your kit. Simply visit www.qualitex.com/QBNKit registration. Whether you're brand new to the balloon industry or a veteran like me, the Qualitex Balloon Network will give you the skills, confidence, and support to thrive in today's marketplace. You should have already completed the Balloon Basics Kit. What you learned there will give you the foundation to take your decor business to the next level. With this DVD-based kit, you can learn at your convenience. Repeat sections as many times as necessary or skip ahead for a quick refresher on a specific topic. You'll probably want to take notes. And just about everyone says they learn best when they get out their balloons and follow along with the video. Once again, it's the combination of information and practice that will help you learn the most, the fastest. It's often said that the party doesn't begin until the balloons arrive. Their color, size, texture, and motion can easily transform any space into a celebration. And since balloons communicate a positive, invigorating message, they help energize events, from weddings to new product launches, corporate functions to Christmas displays. They can be soft and romantic or ultra high-tech, so they offer design flexibility along with proven systems to help you succeed and make more money. In fact, no other medium can fill space as economically and effectively as balloons. In the Basics Kit, you learned how to efficiently make helium bouquets, string of pearl arches, and garland. Here, you'll learn how to use them to decorate and organize large spaces in a dramatic way. You'll also learn ways to add value to these proven techniques, along with effective selling systems, just to name a few. Let's start by taking a look at how you can better help your clients and sell more decor. In my experience selling balloon decor, you'll want to first identify the areas where balloon decor serves a purpose. It will focus your efforts so you can deliver the highest return with the most impact. Rather than setting up arches, columns, and swags around a room, I suggest you start by thinking about how these structures can transform the space and serve a real purpose. There are three key areas common to almost every event: the event entrance, the main activity space, such as the dance floor or stage, and the secondary focal point, such as the head table, buffet, or a backdrop. Of all the areas you'll decorate, nothing gets people's attention quicker than the event entrance. Entrance decor creates a powerful transition from the rest of the building into the magic of the event itself. It should say to the guests, "Come on in. This is where the fun begins." The purpose of decor in the main activity area is to firmly establish this space as the center of attention. Dance floor decor, for example, should draw guests out onto the floor and send everyone the message to celebrate. Secondary focal point decor should tell guests that important activities will be happening in these areas. This might be a photo backdrop for a wedding or a head table treatment. By knowing the function of each decor element and painting a vivid word picture of its benefits, you'll increase your sales and give your clients as well as their guests an event to remember. Anyone can inflate a balloon. What you do with that balloon is what sets you apart from your competitors. Companies that just sell products will never be as successful as those that provide custom, value-added service. That's especially true in an industry that centers on expressing emotion and creating excitement. In this kit, we're focused on how to be successful decorating with balloons. We've already covered the basics of balloon decor, and later we'll look at more advanced techniques. So let's take a deeper look at design, particularly as it relates to decor. Design is more than just your opinion of what's tasteful and what isn't, what you like and what you don't like. There are very definite principles and elements to good design. It is important that you understand them, study them, and even master them, so you can make the most of balloons when you decorate. Elements are the physical components of design: form, space, line, texture, and color. Form refers to the external or three-dimensional shape, its height, width, and depth. Check out all the different types of form in the Design Basics book that came with the Balloon Basics kit. It's also available at Qualitex.com. When it comes to balloon decor, you'll find that oblong is a popular form since most arches are oblong. Now it's easy to get caught up in how we fill space with balloons. Equally important is the space around the elements, or the negative space. Space is the area around each component in a design. It allows the elements to stand apart from one another so they can be seen and appreciated. Here, the helium balloons are all bunched together. There's no space. You can't appreciate the individual shapes and colors. Look what happens when we space the balloons. We make a bigger impact and create a more pleasing design. In a string of pearl arch like this one, we take advantage of space to really set off the balloons. And it's free, so play with space and learn how to best use it in your work. Line provides the framework or outline of an arrangement, as well as a visual path for the viewer to follow. The lines in the string of pearl arches in this canopy were used to pull the eye up into the chandelier, which is the focal point. Our basic building block of decor is garland, which is a line, but even more important than a line, it also has a spiral pattern, so its power is intensified. Look what happens when we frame a space with two columns spinning in the same direction. You look off to one side, not in between the columns where you need to look. By simply reversing the spiral in one of the columns, the spiral now draws your eye between the columns. That attention to detail is what sets your work apart. Now let's take a look at texture. Texture is the surface quality of materials used in a design. In this arrangement, you can see how the shiny jewel tone balloons are reflected in the shiny mirror, while the metallic confetti provides a contrasting texture, adding to the design's interest. For impact, it's important to include different textures, like in this gazebo. Here, tulle and flowers accent pearl balloons for a soft, romantic look. Last but not least, there's color. It's the one element that's common in all design, and with balloons, it's extra powerful. You learned about color in the Balloon Basics kit, as well as in the Design Basics book I mentioned earlier. Next up, the principles. Principles refer to the ideas that describe or relate to the overall aesthetic quality of a design. Because they're ideas, they don't physically exist. They include unity, proportion and scale, balance, rhythm, and harmony. Unity is simply the integration of each design element through a common bond or relationship. It should result in a sense of oneness or wholeness. Here, you can see how the casino theme is carried through in the colors and prints of the balloons all the way down to our tabletop elements. Let's take a look at unity in room decor. You can easily see that these romantic 3-foot balloons with ribbon cascades are not unified with the high-tech look of this balloon wall. Look what happens when we switch out the wall for one and the same color palette, featuring a heart and softened with fabric and ribbon accents. Unity, it's a beautiful thing. Or we can switch out the elements. Here the elements work together to establish a theme. They're in unity. We cover proportion and scale in the Balloon Basics kit as well as in the Design Basics book. Proportion is the size or visual weight of each component as it relates to the other components as well as the overall composition, while scale is the overall size of a design in relation to its surroundings. Let's take a quick look at how these principles relate to room decor. A standard ceiling height of 8 feet doesn't allow for 3-foot balloons on tables. They create a barrier for guests and really crowd the space. That's a scale issue. When it comes to proportion, these 3-foot balloons are out of proportion with the small round table. And when you look a little closer, you'll see that the ribbon treatment on the big balloons is out of proportion. Bigger balloons require bigger ribbon. Look what happens when we use 3-foot balloons in a room with higher ceilings. They fill the space and create a more intimate atmosphere. They're in scale with the surroundings. Notice the larger table and the balloon collars and wider ribbons. Now they're in proportion. Balance is the physical and visual stability of a composition. Physical stability refers to the mechanics, so the design won't tip over, while visual stability refers to how it appears. In fact, you can draw an imaginary line down the middle of your designs. Whether tabletop or decor elements, there should be the same amount of visual weight on both sides. With symmetrical balance, one side mirrors the other, while it doesn't in asymmetrical balance. Look what happens when we stagger columns for an asymmetrical design. It's an exciting display that works with the surrounding space to create balance. Here the spiral leads the eye over the entrance and down, so it's not balanced, and the column on the left has more visual weight, throwing off the balance even more. Look what happens when we give the design symmetry, equal bouquets on both sides, and reverse the spiral at the top of the arch to draw the eye into the event. What a difference! Rhythm is the movement within a design. It leads the eye along lines within a composition. In our arrangement here, you can see how we've led the eye down to the base, and the elements were repeated to connect the two. Let's take a look at this decor illustration. Here you can see that the natural rhythm of the arches is stopped. The eye is drawn to the two doors, so they become the focal points. Look what happens when we add more string of pearl arches, connecting the design. It creates colorful impact. And see what happens when we connect the ceiling's design components, drawing attention to the center and defining the space. What a difference a little rhythm can make. When all the elements of design are successfully applied, you have harmony. It's the physical compatibility of elements within a composition, like texture, color, theme. Simply put, it's when it all comes together. Take time now to understand what it takes to make a design work. Study the Design Basics book. Use the principles and elements as you decorate. Then go back to them to evaluate your work. With study and practice, good design will soon be second nature. While some decorators think centerpiece, the decorator who treats the table as a decor opportunity is typically more successful and makes more money. When you're designing centerpieces, you're essentially creating a focal point for the table. With balloons, you can take that a step further, creating atmosphere for the entire room. A general rule for container design is to make the height of your design 1.5 times the width of the container. So treat your tabletop as the base of your design. Since banquet tables typically measure about 5 feet across, you'll have about 7.5 feet of height to work with. Nothing does that better than helium balloons. Incorporate the tabletop with ribbon, drawing the eye into your design. Think about using confetti, flat marbles, candy, and other items that support your theme to unify all of your decor. Votive candles add dramatic light to the ambiance of a table while extending your design. Tulle, netting, and other fabrics can create a delicate table treatment. The concept of table decor delivers dramatic results and translates into increased profits for you. I've got Jan Imes here with me to show us how to get the most from our Qualitex balloon colors and prints when it comes to designing for tables. Jan has been in the balloon business since 1981 and works with businesses all over the world to help increase their balloon sales and profits.
Thanks, Linda. Have you ever been to a party and not been able to see the person sitting across from you? Anytime you restrict sight lines, guests will be able to see one another, or they'll even take the centerpiece off the table. That's not the experience you want guests to have, and it's definitely not a good value. Known as the 14-inch rule, make sure to keep the space between 14 and 24 inches clear. With that in mind, a simple, profitable way to create table decorations is to add helium balloons to simple bases that don't take sight lines into consideration. Just make sure to unify the balloons with the base. Here, I've tied helium balloons with a bright sunflower theme to a potted plant. To attach them, I simply peeled off the backing from an adhesive tab available from balloon distributors and stuck it inside the pot. I've even underinflated 5-inch balloons and added them to the plant to create a coordinated look from top to bottom. Because Qualitex microfoil and latex balloons are made to coordinate, it's easy to bring the two together in a design. The bow is even made with Qualitex Master Bow ribbon for complete coordination. When securing helium balloons to floral arrangements, use greening pins or picks available from balloon distributors. Push them into the foam horizontally so they're stable and can't easily pull free. Again, make sure the balloons and the flowers work together, that you have unity in your design. This bouquet is weighted with a simple sand balloon decorated with colorful foil. We've even pulled a design out onto the tabletop with fun coordinating confetti. See how the colors and the components work together to establish the theme and create unity. Use stars and it's a Hollywood theme. Try the Qualitex jukebox with coordinating latex balloons and you've got a 50s theme. You get the picture. Of course, you'll want to name the design so it's appealing. Half a dozen balloons on a sand weight doesn't sound like much, but when we call it our Grand Slam bouquet, we elevate its value, play up the theme, and make the emotional connection. Here we have a coordinating bow tied to a hidden balloon weight, serving as our anchor. See how the colors and the patterns bring unity to the design and connect the top with our base. You can make a coordinating bow quickly and easily with Qualitex Master Bow ribbon and the Qualitex Master Bow machine. It's a great way to add value to your designs and profits to your bottom line. You can learn more about the machine, ribbon, and pull bows at masterbow.com. Look what happens when you customize the design with a 9-inch personalized with a Qualitex balloon marker. With one balloon, we've strengthened our theme and even customized our design and added tremendous value. Another profitable base is a gift wrap box with a balloon weight inside. See how the gift wrap and the balloon designs work together? And by stretching the design out onto the table with some fun candies, you add value and strengthen your design. From plants to sand balloons, bows to gift boxes, they're simple bases you can create quickly and easily to enhance any theme.
The marketing and selling techniques we cover in the other kits apply to decor as well. Let's build on that knowledge and take a look at what else you can do that's specific to decor. The old saying, "A picture's worth 1,000 words," is so true, especially when it comes to balloon decor. And in this day of digital photography, it's never been easier. Put together a professional portfolio that demonstrates what you can do with balloons, that sells people on your services. Start with a quality book like this one. Then enlarge photos that illustrate a cross-section of your work, making sure every photo tells a story. 12 to 20 photos should do the trick. Remember, you're trying to sell someone on your overall services, not show them arches in a variety of patterns. Save that for your idea book. To illustrate the many different looks and effects that can be achieved with balloons, create an idea book to support your portfolio. If you include photos from the QBN Resource Center, just make sure it's clear they're reference photos you didn't create yourself. It's illegal, not to mention unethical, to present someone else's original work as your own. In fact, copyright laws protect all creative work that's fixed in some tangible form, such as photography. If you want to use work that's credited to someone else, like the photos published in Balloon Images, you'll need to contact the artist directly and ask permission. Another way to help you sell your services and give your business credibility is with professional membership in the QBN and by earning your Certified Balloon Artist Designation, or CBA. Promote your membership in QBN. Let clients know you've taken steps to build your skills, even passing tests. Let them know you're part of a network of professional businesses that offer value-added balloon work. And when you've passed the basics, bouquet, and decor tests, you can take your CBA. Those 3 little letters will generate all kinds of questions and give you the opportunity to tell your story. To learn more about earning your CBA, visit Qualitex.com. To find decor buyers, you'll want to target people who handle events. Think through all the places in your community where people gather for celebrations and business functions. Hotels, golf and country clubs, casinos, banquet halls, restaurants with special event rooms, resorts, conference facilities, you get the idea. The catering executives and event managers are dealing with prospective decor buyers on a daily basis, so make an effort to connect with them. Focus on what's in it for them, how you can make your relationship a win-win-win between you, them, and their client. Most of these people understand that the success of an event depends on more than just the facility and food. Entertainment, DJ services, lighting, and yes, balloon decor all play a part. They also know that the more successful the event is, the more likely they are to have a happy client who will return to use their space. It all works together. Some managers serve as an event coordinator, hiring the outside services for their client, while others simply refer their clients to decorators. In either case, you'll want to make sure you're considered. Use your portfolio, the brochures available to you as part of your QBN marketing resources, even a complimentary bouquet to get their attention and earn their trust. And when you do get a job at one of these venues, make the most of the opportunity by going above and beyond the call of duty. Make it easy, in fact enjoyable, to do business with you. After all, people like to do business with people they like. Make sure to plug into larger companies by contacting human resources and letting them know about your services. Balloons are perfect for recognizing employees for special achievements and even their birthdays. Sales meetings and holiday gatherings need decor. If they have a consumer presence, they may even need some attention-getting displays. Speaking of displays, make sure to contact grocery stores and shopping centers in your area, in particular their marketing managers. Seasonal displays and special promotions call for decorations. When it comes to wedding decor, you have a variety of ways to market your services. Cross-promotions with bridal and tux shops, wedding DJs, and cake vendors should certainly be explored. These relationships can be as formal as a commission to the person who's referred you, or as casual as we help each other out when we can. Consider decorating booths at a bridal fair in exchange for promotion. Many balloon decorators find that actually showing at bridal fairs can be lucrative as well. It's always easier to keep the customers you have than to go out and get new ones, so make sure to keep a customer list. Stay in touch with brochures, phone calls, even emails with photos attached. In addition to your own photos, check out the downloadable photos available to you at the QBN Resource Center on Qualitex.com. Past customers have already shown they like your balloons. Keep your name in front of them, and you'll increase your chances of being called upon again. As you focus on reaching out for business, consider picking up the phone. In fact, business experts recommend making 5 calls a day to new prospects and 5 more to repeat customers. Just make sure to keep the call focused on how you can make their lives better or easier by helping them look good or taking something off their to-do list. I've asked Jim Parker from the Red Balloon Company in Seattle, Washington, to join me in a role play to give you an example of how a conversation like that might go. I'll play the part of the receptionist as well as the human relations manager from the company he's calling.
Hello, can you please tell me who in your company is responsible for organizing your holiday party?
Well, that would be Linda Bruce in Human Relations. Would you like me to connect you?
Yes, please.
Good morning, this is Linda.
Good morning. This is Jim from the Red Balloon Company. I understand you're responsible for the holiday party this year. We have some amazing decor ideas that will help make the party a success and a big morale booster.
Is that so?
I have some photos that will give you an idea of what my company can do for your party. When would be a good time for me to drop by to discuss the party with you?
You know, I've got a very busy week.
We still have some time, so if next week is better for you, that shouldn't be a problem. How about a week from Thursday?
I guess I could make some time in the morning. It would be great to get some of these details out of the way. So how's 10 o'clock sound?
I'll see you then. If you have any thoughts about the party you want to discuss before then, you can reach me at 555-1234. Again, my name is Jim, and I look forward to seeing you next Thursday.
You may have noticed that Jim was polite but persistent. He quickly said who he was, where he was calling from, and what the benefit would be to his potential customer. In this case, helping me with my immediate job and improving morale in my company. He suggested a meeting far enough in advance that the person would most likely be available, and he left his contact information in case the customer had to change meeting times. Keep in mind that this kind of effort isn't always successful. In fact, it may take 20 calls to get that one result for an appointment. Just know that with every call, your chances at success increase. Let's demonstrate another call. I'll play the part of the former client. Hello?
Hi, Linda. It's Jim with the Red Balloon Company.
Well, hi, Jim.
We're coming up on a year since we did the decor for your holiday party last year. I'm calling to see if you've begun planning for this year's event.
Well, it's still a couple of months away, so all I've done is book the hall.
It was a great facility, so I'm sure things will run smoothly again this year. I have some new decorating ideas I'd like to show you.
You know, since we're going back to the same place, I was really thinking of using something other than balloons so it would be different.
I agree. Doing the same decor wouldn't be exciting. I've got lots of different ideas for that space. I know I can impress your guest with how new and different the decor feels, even though we're using the same medium.
It did look nice, and I recommended you to a couple of other people because I was so pleased with your services.
Thank you. Now, last year we did a Santa's Workshop theme with giant candy canes, Christmas ornaments, and a North Pole dance floor. This year I'd like to turn the banquet hall into a winter wonderland. Picture a glistening ice blue tunnel of arches for the entrance. Once inside, they'll discover a whole new world of silver, blue, and white. We can decorate the tables with beautiful bouquets of wintry snowflake balloons, even scatter some snowflake confetti on the tables. The dance floor could have a ceiling of white balloon snowflakes, like it's snowing all night long. And the stage could incorporate silver and blue foil stars to reflect all the lights. How does that sound?
Wow, it sounds great. And you're right, it would be a lot different than last year.
What day next week would be good to meet?
Monday or Tuesday afternoon would be best for me.
Monday at 2?
Great, I'm so glad you called. We worked together so well last year and everybody loved the decorations.
I'll bring along some sample colors to show you. See you on Monday.
Again, taking the initiative and reminding the customer of both the value and the emotional strength of your balloon decor can really pay off. Use descriptive words like Jim did to paint a mental picture. It will help them imagine what you can do, as well as make them want to see it come to life. Notice too that Jim didn't ask questions that can be answered with a no. He stuck with open-ended questions that require an answer, and usually a positive one. Practice making calls with a friend or coworker. Have them pretend to be disinterested in your services. Then find polite ways to bring them around to your way of thinking. It's this kind of preparation that will boost your success rate and your sales. Your ability to sell the effect rather than just balloon decorating will have a big impact on your bottom line. Your clients aren't just buying balloons, they're buying what balloon decorating will do to transform their space into an exciting celebration. When a new decor prospect calls, collect some basic information about where the event will be held and how many people will attend. Don't try to sell them decorating services over the phone. Instead, focus on getting a face-to-face meeting at the event site. This will allow you to create the conditions for success, to find out what's important to them, then paint a vivid word picture of the benefit and purpose of each item you're proposing. Start your meeting by asking a few simple questions. This upfront information will do two things. You'll learn what's important to the client, and you'll get a feel for their budget. Some questions you may want to ask are, how many people will attend? What time of day will the event be held? What food and drink will be served? Who's the band or DJ? And what's the highlight of the celebration? Once you're at the site, make suggestions and sell your client on the impact of your decor, how it will set the stage for a successful event. Selling the effect usually starts by establishing a central theme. It can be an extension of the event itself, such as a wedding, New Year's Eve party, anniversary celebration, or something completely original. In any case, the theme can be a starting point for you to describe how all the decor elements will work together to create the perfect atmosphere. Start with the entrance. Describe how entrance decor, such as a tunnel, will heighten anticipation and focus attention towards the center of the room. Then explain the features and benefits of your main activity decor and how it will draw everyone's attention to these areas. Next, find out about the head table or some other area that might be the secondary focal point. Explain how decor in these areas can frame honored guests or make excellent backdrops for one-of-a-kind photos. Include your ideas for table decor as well. When you've made all your suggestions, discuss the details. You should ask about colors when you set the appointment, so you can even bring along actual balloon samples. Show photographs to help your clients visualize what you're proposing, and listen carefully to any feedback. Use the questions you ask up front to help determine a budget for their event, and suggest a price that represents 5 to 20% of their total event budget. Then try putting your quotation in terms of price per head. Make sure to bury the price, which you learned in the Balloon Basics kit. Finally, ask for a deposit to secure your availability. If you need time to work out details and prices, let them know you want to spend some time working on their design. Then follow up with a written proposal. Because it can sometimes still be difficult for your clients to visualize decor design, support your proposal with illustrations and photographs. Again, if you don't have photos or illustrations of your own, check out what's available to you as a QBN business member at the QBN Resource Center on Qualitex.com. Just as important, give a short description of the function served by each piece of decor. If you've done a good job of selling the effect, not just the balloons, you'll be well on your way to landing another successful decor job. Once you're square on what you'll be doing, you'll want to draw up a contract. Simply put, contracts are meant to ensure communication, protecting both parties, and preventing unpleasant surprises. Outline the basics of what you'd like to include in a contract. Then run it by your attorney to make sure it's legally enforceable. Once you have a basic contract outlined, you should be able to use it over and over again. Here are some key contract points to include. First, the contract should contain a description of all the decor you intend to provide, as well as detail ownership of all the materials. You'll need a section specifying what areas of the building you'll need to access when you're decorating. Specify how the decor will be removed. If it's by you, make sure to outline what kind of access you'll need and when. Next, give the purchase price, conditions, terms, dates of payment, and identify the parties responsible for payment. Your contract should also include a section of general terms covering your cancellation fees and how you'll accommodate any design changes. If you're decorating outdoors, you'll want to include a section explaining your bad weather policy. As you're negotiating, always try to get a deposit or payment in advance, particularly from individuals. And if your client asks you to extend credit, make sure you have these 4 important points satisfied first. There should be a reason for you to extend credit, specifically an opportunity to increase sales and profits. You should have a long, positive history with the client. You should have solid credit references. You should have a contract that clearly states the dates, terms, conditions, amounts, and method of payment. Think of it this way. Every time you give someone credit, you're loaning your money. So make sure you have the money to loan. Then, make very sure you're careful to whom you loan it. Your ability to sell the effect helped you secure the decorating job. Next, you'll need planning, preparation, and systems to complete the work efficiently and profitably. In the balloon decor business, planning is profit, so use your time wisely. Carefully schedule your staff and avoid costly overtime. Accurately estimate all your materials by using the formulas you learned in the Balloon Basics kit. Then order product in a timely manner to avoid extra shipping charges. Build and partially assemble frames where possible. Inflate small air-filled balloons and store them in large plastic bags to make transporting them easy and prevent oxidation. Your planning and preparation will ultimately reduce your costs and improve your bottom line. Clearly assign specific tasks and communicate with everyone on your crew so they clearly see how they fit into the big picture. Speed is critical to getting the job finished on time and making a profit. It's a combination of experience and setup. Focus on establishing organized workstations where various crew members can repeat simple, basic tasks. Then put your fastest employee on inflation duties. It's the person inflating who sets the pace for the crew. You may even want to consider timing your crews and offer rewards for quality work done within a given time frame. As each component or group of components comes together, your crew chief will need to know exactly where it will go and supervise assembly of the final effect. And here's a tip. You'll find that you're always reaching for the same basic tools when it comes to decorating. So keep a list of what you need and make sure your toolbox is always stocked with everything from zip ties to pipe cutters. In fact, you'll find a sample equipment checklist in this kit's online reference materials to help you get organized. Last but not least, make it a habit to complete the actual side of your job cost form. You'll have real-life numbers to guide you for estimates on future jobs, so you can accurately reflect your labor costs and ensure you're making a profit. Now that you've expanded your design knowledge and learned how to sell decor, let's turn our attention towards some advanced techniques that can help you take your business to the next level. We've already covered how to make garland, and we learned about scale in the Basics kit. I've asked Steve Macheza from Pioneer Balloon Canada to show you how to make different sized garland as you're designing decor for different spaces. Like me, Steve experienced the retail side of the business before joining Pioneer. Today, he helps retailers throughout Canada build their balloon sales.
Thanks, Linda. We can easily create small garland from 5-inch balloons inflated to, say, 4 inches. It's when you go smaller than about 75% of a balloon's intended size that you'll get a bit of a point and the color will be more intense in that area. So you'll need to squeeze the air into the end of the balloon before tying it up high on its neck, like this. Obviously, it takes more time, so you'll need to charge more. Making larger garland can simply mean using bigger balloons. When filling them with helium, you'll want to use heavy line, like the Decor line we covered in the Balloon Basics kit. Most often, garland is made with 4 balloon clusters. For a bigger, rounder garland with even more colors, you'll want to use 5 balloon clusters. Simply tie a third balloon into one of the 2 balloon clusters. Then, twist the clusters of 3 and 2 together for a 5 balloon cluster. Bigger, fuller garland for bigger spaces.
In the Balloon Deliveries and Bouquets kit, we examine a variety of ways to add value to the basic bouquet, including double bubbles. We also learn how to make some great flowers. We even learn how to make a cool fish. These same techniques and designs can be applied to your decor. Imagine this string of pearl arch made with magical double bubbles at the entrance to a wedding reception, or a spring theme event with table decorations centering on a bouquet of balloon flowers. Even an undersea theme featuring those fun fish swimming above the tables. By making it special, you can charge more and make more. And speaking of added value, the promotional value to you is incredible. While garland is pretty spectacular all on its own, let's see what happens when we add some lights. Adding twinkle lights, or fairy lights as they're sometimes called, to the inside of garland creates a magical feeling. Whatever lights you choose, just make sure they're not putting out a lot of heat, which can pop the balloons. No more than 5 watts is a good rule of thumb. You'll also want to find a brand where a burned out bulb doesn't result in a burned out strand. After the garland's made, just wrap the lights around or through it, hiding as much of the cord as possible and leaving the lights to show. In addition to lighting balloon decor from within, you can also shine light onto your balloons. Many decorators use can lights, available from hardware stores. Just make sure to tape down the cords so everything's secure. The results speak for themselves. You can even add colored gels, actually a colored film, available from special effects suppliers. They can be used to cast color onto your work for dramatic effects like this. Adding extras to balloon decor can also include fresh and silk flowers, ribbons and bows, and foam board, to name a few. Just make sure to keep the accents in proportion to the decor. You want the balloons to make the statement. The accents are just there to complement. And as always, be careful that the physical weight on helium-filled balloons doesn't significantly affect their float time. When in doubt, test your designs to be sure. Offering classic balloon decor with added value touches helps to customize your work and makes you stand out as a decorator. There's nothing like hearing your guests react to your decorations with, "Wow, who did the balloons?" Balloons are a lot about color. Bright red, pearl ivory, tropical teal, jewel purple. The Qualitex line overflows with options. But sometimes, particularly when it comes to brides, that perfect shade isn't available. Just like in grade school when you mixed paint colors, you can mix Qualitex colors by stuffing one into another. The result is custom colors made to order for that bride or to match a company logo. To double stuff balloons, simply slide the inner balloon, like this rose, over a balloon straw or even a slide and size pole. Then slide the outer balloon over the first balloon. I'm using pearl ivory. Now inflate the inner balloon. The result is a beautiful, soft blush with such a rich texture. You can seal it by tying the neck of the inner balloon, or you can tie the inner balloon neck around the neck of the outer balloon. Another reason to double stuff is to make any Qualatex balloon color into a printed balloon. Simply place the color balloon on the inside and a diamond clear printed balloon on the outside. Double stuffing allows you to customize your work, giving you a creative edge your customers will really appreciate. They'll have to pay a little more, but the results can be worth it.
These topiaries are huge when they're made with 11-inch balloons, and what an impact! With so many Qualatex colors, finishes, and styles, not to mention prints, we can create all sorts of themed decor. When making a topiary, it's important that the balloons are all inflated to the same size. Inflate 2 balloons and tie them together to make a pair. For 11-inch balloons, you'll want to inflate them to 10.5 inches so they have a little give. Twist 2 pairs together by splitting the first 2 balloons. Make sure they intersect at the knots so that the center stays constant. Repeat that 2 more times, splitting the previous balloons in half and keeping the centers constant. For the 5th and 6th pairs, you'll want to tie them together as close to the neck roll as possible, so it's easier to keep the center constant. Add the last 2 pairs, just like the other pairs, until you have a nice round topiary. In addition to their dramatic impact, they offer a tangle-free alternative to more traditional bouquets. Weddings, birthdays, holidays, you name it. You can even make air-filled mini versions and put them on pedestals or use them to decorate weights. Adding accents to the base gives it more visual weight and creates balance within the design. Incorporate some of the same elements to the top for unity. The themes, the colors, the uses are endless with topiaries. They're profitable decor that can be picked up or delivered to really give sales a lift.
Over the years, I've found fantasy clouds to be one of the most popular wedding decorations all over the world. Start with a 16-inch balloon, or even a double bubble like this. Step-by-step instructions for double bubbles are featured in the QBN Deliveries and Bouquets kit. Next, make 2 4-balloon clusters using helium. Wrap the clusters onto the line under the double bubble as if you were making a garland. I like to accent these with coordinating ribbon and tulle, pulling them through the bottom cluster so they're secure. To make a backdrop out of fantasy clouds like this one behind me, attach them to monofilament line on weights. Then run decorative ribbon and tulle between them. In wedding colors, fantasy clouds make great head table decorations, framing the bridal party for beautiful, once-in-a-lifetime photos.
Sculptured hearts add a romantic feel over a dance floor and make beautiful backdrops for cake tables and bridal parties. And they're actually a lot easier to make than they appear. just 4 balloon clusters on aluminum rod. Most heart frames are made from 3/16" or 1/4" aluminum rod. Keep in mind that the smaller rod is lighter weight and easier to bend, but it can more easily lose its shape. If you're going for a sturdier, long-lasting frame, use the 1/4". Your balloon distributor may carry lengths of rod. If not, check your yellow pages under metal. To cut aluminum rod, use bolt cutters or a hacksaw. Then, cover the ends with duct tape so they're smooth. To keep the heart frame symmetrical, bend one side, leaving overlaps of 4 to 6 inches. Then copy the first half by bending it right on top so they match. It's important to keep the frame flat when you bend it, so you'll probably want to bend it on the ground. Keep the pressure in a side-to-side motion, never up or down. Simply connect the 2 frame sections with duct tape, wrapping the tape diagonally to provide the most strength. Starting at the peak, wrap 3 4-balloon clusters onto both sides. Once you've established that they're symmetrical, continue adding clusters one at a time on both sides. Take advantage of the spiral pattern by reversing it at the top and bottom so the heart is symmetrical and the design is balanced. To pack the peak, you'll want to use 3 balloon clusters or even 2 balloon clusters. The goal is to keep that heart shape. Make sculptured hearts in classic red, and they're perfect for Valentine's decor, as well as window displays. You can even accent them with lights, tulle, or silk flowers for a soft, romantic look any bride would love.
Balloon walls make great backdrops, entrances, signs. They can even help you define space, and they're simple to make with the SDS system. SDS centers on modular metal panels you simply color with inflated balloons. The basic quick frame panels measure 2 feet by 4 feet and come with quick clip connectors. You could even get corner and radius panels like these. Start by laying out your wall using graph paper. Then build the framework using SDS base plates, metal conduit, and SDS panels. 9-inch square microfoil balloons are perfect for SDS panels. Simply position the bottom of the balloon in the grid with its neck down. Then push the 2 upper corners of the balloon into the hole like so. Just make sure to slightly underinflate the balloons if you'll be moving them into a warmer environment. This will keep them from possibly popping when they heat up and expand. For latex, you'll want to use 9 or 11-inch Qualitex balloons inflated to 7 to 8 inches. Consider prints as well as the many Qualitex colors, even super agates. The possibilities are endless. Again, position the neck in the groove between the two metal squares. With your hand flat on top, slightly push down and roll the balloon into place. It's that easy. You can inflate and bag the balloons ahead of time, or you can even pre-fill the panels, then connect them once you get on site. SDS panels are available from Qualitex distributors and come with complete instructions, even creative ideas.
Any job is easier with the right tools. When it comes to rigging balloon decor, you can choose from cable ties, ceiling clips, monofilament line, even magnets. To hang a heart sculpture from a ceiling with metal, tie monofilament line to the frame of each lobe. Then, tie on 2 ring magnets, making sure the lines are the same length. Ring magnets are part of the mag mover system available from balloon distributors. Place the ring magnets on a dual mag mover and extend your pole to the ceiling. Two clicks and you're done. If there's no metal in the ceiling or you need to suspend something too heavy for magnets, you'll probably need to use a ladder or a lift. Then, tie to rigging points using a permanent knot, which we covered in the Balloon Basics kit. When it comes to choosing a rig point, make sure you're not tying to light fixtures, fire sprinklers, or other items that look remotely fragile or temporary. If it's a drop ceiling, use metal ceiling clips on the T-bars. Just make sure to secure them so they don't twist open by running a cable tie around their centers. Up to this point, we're assuming you're suspending something reasonably lightweight, say 15 to 20 pounds. If you're hanging something heavier, you'll need more support. You may have to lift the ceiling tiles and attach directly to the steel ceiling struts using strong wire. If the room has air wall dividers, also known as sliding partition walls, the tracks are great for rigging. There may even be times when you'll need to hire the facility maintenance crew or professional riggers. For more information on rigging, search the Balloon Images Index at qualitex.com.
There's a good reason why balloon drops are used to celebrate at the end of political conventions, to punctuate key announcements at business conferences, and of course to ring in the new year. They're incredibly fun and energizing. The combination of the surprise, all the motion, the color and size, not to mention the balloon popping that follows, always excites the crowd. While there are lots of ways to create balloon drops, we'll focus on a basic net drop. Balloon drops need height to be effective. Anything under 15 feet really doesn't work well. Ideally, you'll want at least 20-foot ceilings. Check with your balloon distributor for clear netting in a standard 14-foot by 50-foot size. When doubled over, it will make a tube about 4 feet across and can be cut into whatever length you need. If your ceiling height is low and want to accommodate a bag that's 4 feet deep, you can cut the width down to make a more shallow tube. Jim will demonstrate with a small section of net. First, fold the flat net in half lengthwise to create a long tube. Permanently close one end with cable ties. Partially close the other end with cable ties as well, but leave enough open so you can stuff in the balloons. Next is the most important step, running the release cord across the bottom of the net. You can close the net and create your pull cord with a running stitch. This works great when you can pull out the cord at the same angle it's threaded. In other words, straight out. For the running stitch method, you'll want to use a very strong, smooth line like 100-pound monofilament. For demonstration purposes, we'll use Decor line. Make the line slippery by rubbing a candle on the line or spraying it with silicone or cooking spray. Just make sure not to use petroleum-based products since they can eat a hole in the latex. Jim will demonstrate. With the ends of the net pulled taut, weave the line back and forth every few inches through both layers of the net. Leave several feet of excess cord on one end and lots of cord for pulling on the other end. The chain stitch, or crochet stitch, as it's sometimes called, is another option. Use it if you want to be able to pull from anywhere in the room. For the chain stitch, use a reasonably strong, very flexible line like Decor. You won't need to lubricate the line for the chain stitch since the stitches disappear rather than pull through the netting. Once again, Jim will demonstrate. Tie the cord to the corner of the top layer of the net. Working a few inches above the opening, make a loop with the cord and feed it under both layers of net. Pick up some extra cord, feed it over the net and through the initial loop, creating a new loop. Lengthen this new loop to about 4 inches. Feed it under both layers of net and repeat. When you get to the end, pull out a long loop. Bring this loop together with the pull cord. Fold them over themselves and hold them tightly with a doubled over neck roll of a 260Q or a small rubber band. This tiny elastic band will provide enough tension so the chain doesn't dissolve until you give it a tug to release it. With the net stitched up, it's time to pack it with balloons. If you're using the chain stitch method, it's important to make sure there are no balloon necks caught in your stitches. Balloons of any size can be used, with 9-inch being the most popular since they're easy to handle and give the drop a lot of movement. A full 50-foot tube holds about 1,300 9-inch balloons. Use that as a guide to help you determine how many balloons you'll need based on the size of your net. If possible, hang the net over a balcony so gravity fills the tube from the bottom up. Most of the time, you'll have to stretch the net out on a floor. Just use inflators to blow the inflated balloons to the far end of the tube. In either case, you can add to your theme by creating patterns within the net. You'll want to completely fill the tube. It'll look better, and it's easier to handle, and the initial drop will be more exciting. Once the tube's full, close the side opening with cable ties. With the net stuffed, it's time to hang the drop and position the pull cord. An ideal facility has a catwalk or other balcony so the cord can be pulled from high above the crowd. If not, find a spot high up near the pull location and temporarily secure the cord. The goal here is to protect the drop cord so someone other than the official puller won't be able to release the drop. To reinforce the fold, you'll want to create a backbone. Again, Jim will demonstrate. Weave an additional line through using an overhand stitch. Then every 3 to 4 feet, make a loop with a cable tie. You'll use these loops as rig points. Whoever's pulling the drop cord should wear work gloves. If the cord does get caught, it will need to be forcefully pulled, so they'll need the protection. With the chain stitch, the person pulling the line will need to pull 3 times faster than the bag opens, so it's important that they're able to move quickly. Since you tie the cord to the top layer of the net with a chain stitch, you'll have a built-in shake cord to help free every last balloon. With the running stitch, the cord is completely pulled out, so you'll want to add a separate shake cord. As always, it's best to practice new techniques before doing them for a client. Balloon drops are relatively simple, while the results are simply spectacular. In this kit, we focused on ways to transform spaces into magical events and even how to sell balloon decor. At Pioneer Balloon Company, we know you understand the value in choosing Qualitex brand balloons. And we're committed to helping you succeed with innovative products, along with creative ways to use those products, even marketing resources to help you sell them. Because quite simply, your success is our success. Take advantage of the wealth of information available through Balloon Images and Balloon Magic magazines, our website, Qualitex.com, and through the many regional conferences and events we help sponsor throughout the world. If you want to learn more about how to create incredible balloon deliveries and add value to your helium bouquets, even sell deliveries, the best place to get started is with the QBN Deliveries and Bouquet Kit. You'll learn lots of ways to spice up your creations, systems for making and delivering dynamic bouquets, and even how to present bouquets. You can learn more about the QBN kits, other educational resources, and the QBN's marketing resources at Qualitex.com. You've reached the end of this DVD, so it's time to take the next step. Once again, by completing this kit's test and confirming your understanding of the information we've presented here, you'll gain access to the next level of marketing resources. After successfully completing all 3 kits, you're only a step away from becoming a Certified Balloon Artist, or CBA. To achieve this prestigious designation, you'll need to complete a practical exam at a test site, demonstrating your knowledge and balloon skills to a panel of your peers. As a CBA, you'll enjoy the full benefits of the Qualitex Balloon Network, top-level referrals, great marketing resources at a discount, and recognition within the industry as well as your community. Find out more about earning your CBA on Qualitex.com. From all of us at the Qualitex Balloon Network, thank you for choosing the very best balloons, Qualitex. And congratulations on taking this important step towards building your business.